anything for $1. There are enough bits to make me do most things. I would love to go first. How do we feel about this hand? I think I'm gonna keep this. I think this hand with the diamond is pretty reasonable. It's striking. If I hit the second, the third, or fourth, or if I hit the third ruby shard in my deck exactly, this hand bricks off. But other than that, I think it's fine. All right, well, that's not quite as bad as hitting the ruby. So the ruby ice gives us another shot. Looks like the opponent's playing Diamond Wild Momentum. Yep. If you glance at this card while it's small, there was one ruby shard in our deck. This one right here, the only ruby shard in our deck. That one, that ruby shard, only one in the deck. I guess we were bound to cool off at some point too. You are welcome to ask questions here while I'm live. You're welcome to tweet questions at me on Twitter. I will not be enabling comments on my YouTube videos. We have Flame Barrage. They're right here. We cut Light Devotives. We cut Light Devotives was the card we cut because it just wasn't performing. Just was not particularly impressive. I'm gonna trim these Flamelicks for some. Oh, Blinding Ire is actually pretty good in this matchup too, right? Bring in the Ires. On the draw, I'm probably going to board out these Luminites and bring in some Return to Cinders. Just be like more reactive on the draw. But on the play, ideally, I want to be aggressive. It would probably be too good. This hand's great, right? Like, it only has one shard here, but it's got 2 shard calls, right? So we get to play one of these to guarantee our second shard drop. So this, if you're new to the game, this is one of the cards that really pushes candles over the top in this format. This is a card that starts there for costing 7, and whenever you illuminate, which that's how we make candles, illuminating, this gets -1 cost in all zones. So, and this illuminates 3. So eventually, this card basically becomes free, and then we get to make all of our candles much larger. That's another one, sweet. So I'm gonna Flame Barrage this Leprechaun Artist. I'm gonna go ahead and Shardcall. Grab. I don't have any doubles in my deck. When I have Flamelick in my deck, I have a double. Shardcall makes this Runic Candescent come off. Just me make another candle. Then I can play this and play this Drop of Wax. Let's just be making another candle. Which ticks these down to 4. Then if I hit a shard next turn, I could make my candles into 4/4s potentially. This card's very different from Lasgar's Vengeance. This card has a very real deck building restriction attached to it. Lasgar's Vengeance was basically just, you want to be attacking here, attack better. Let's play this. And actually, now that they killed one of my 3 candles, I'm actually just going to play this out as make 3 candles. That's a good way to put it. It's like Psychic Ascension for candles. I like that. I like that comparison. They're probably dead even if we don't draw wings, right? We're just gonna like play this and make a bunch of 4/4s next turn. So here's part of the problem. Candles might be too good in rock, but when there's not like a huge incentive for brewing, a lot of the time people just like play the good decks that are obvious, right? This is lethal, right? This is just going to be 20. Kill them really quick here. They could have Arcing Light or a removal spell here, but if they have Arcing Light, they're still taking 11 here. Nope, just dead. Sweet. All right. Like, there's a good chance that just like no one's working to innovate. All right, so I think I want to cut Luminite on the draw and bring in these Return to Cinder. Just like make sure I can like 1-for-1 and kill all of my opponent's stuff. Am I supposed to bring in Arcing Light in this matchup? I feel like it's not completely unreasonable. This is too defensive. How many threats do I have left now? That's probably fine. Let's try this. Oh, I have too few cards. Okay. In our testing, Yeti Get ended up just being worse than Candlelight. Seems great. What is Arcing Light for exactly? Arcing Light is for these momentum and the mirror. Yep. They like make a large attack in and you're just like, all right, get ya. Hand's got a strong curve. Wings of Wax is a great draw. There's definitely games in this matchup where it comes down to board stalls, and Wings of Wax just like lifting all of our candles up is amazing. Definitely playing this. The question becomes, do I want to play the Scion? Yeah, I'm going to play the Scion. If they don't have removal, the game will like end next turn because of the Scion. So I could like guaranteed get 1 trigger out of my Scion, but I guess I missed a free point of damage, right? I could have waited to play this and then attacked with both of these, because I'm probably not chump blocking here. So I missed a point of damage by playing the Scion and then moving to combat. That's something that's relevant here. Even without this Scion, our hand's kind of in a good spot. We've got like pressure to build up into an Arcing Light to slow them down, and then a Wings of Wax to go over the top. 2 Luminite, 2 Flamelick in the main. Maybe we are chump blocking this turn. Usually 10 is about the point where I start chump blocking. This is going to be at 11 this turn. 11 is about the point where I'm willing to chump block. For those of you that like need a number attached to when you chump block, 11's a good one to start at. Huh. I think I want to just do this. And like now I have to decide, do I want to do this and guarantee this comes off next turn, or do I want to do this and play it? I think I want to do this and guarantee this comes off next turn. They didn't kill this last turn, so I'm hoping they can't kill it this turn. If they don't kill this, we're going to illuminate a ton, and with Wings of Wax, we might even just deal lethal next turn. Seven is not a number I'm willing to chump block, so take 11, go to 12. Okay, so I'm actually going to make some more chump blockers here. And the reason for this is there's a very good chance that my opponent has Huntmaster in their hand right now, which can and make one more candle here and then start growing these up. Hey, Declan, stop it. So I'm going to try to win over the course of 2 turns here. Leave the cords alone, bud. Declan, no. 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 Go sit down. Do not grab the stuff on Dad's desk. So, I think being slightly conservative is valuable here. Like, this has them dead in 2 in the sky. Yeah, it is a shame we can't hold the parking light, I agree. I think this is what I want to do. And like if they don't do anything with these resources here, they're like 10 out of 10. Yeah. They 10 out of 10 have a Huntmaster here. Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm a jungle gym.
Whoa.
I do children's parties, in case anyone's wondering. Hey, look, numbers worth chump blocking. We set the bar was what, 11? Definitely willing to chump 25 here. Jump there, jump there. It's possible I should have made one more chump blocker last turn. I'd still have lethal this turn if I'd have made one more chump blocker. I guess I can always make more later. The classic Exalted Pathfinder after you've played all your shards for the turn. Alright, so like 10 out of 10 have something to get us here, right? So I'm going to attack for exactly lethal. This is probably Huntmaster. Yeah, I'm so smart and thin. I'm so smart and thin. Your father is smart and thin, Declan. Smart and thin.
Dad,
Do they have any shards left? Okay, they do.
I'm down.
You want to get down? I don't know. Declan only speaks partial English, He mostly speaks Declinese. Declinese is hard to understand. So they're gonna get attacks in here, and this Arcing Light will hopefully just be like the bee's knees here. So we're gonna avert this, this, and this. Make a candle. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I guess let's make these bigger. Actually just ate every one of their troops in combat. It's like 6 for 6 each your board. Is that a good combat step? What do you think, chat? How's that one rank? For those that were asking what Arcing Light was for, that's what it's for. You ever know that, Master? Nope. Munch, munch. Sweet. Alright. Grab another one, shall we? The turtle deck's not good. I need to just delete it so people stop asking about it. Going on, name? Light them up. They're on fire! Mill. I think this matchup's usually pretty good for us, right? This hand is, and this is, Hex is so well designed. Just like, I'd snapped this hand off if I didn't know what my opponent is playing against, but like, 4 pieces of spot removal is unkeepable against Mill. This hand, excellent. By excellent, I mean it's marginally better. It still has 2 pieces of spot removal, and I don't have a ruby, but it's better than the first one, okay? To set the bar exceedingly low, it's better than the first hand. Oh no. Oh no. Opponent, I was counting on that Well of Conquest, opponent. This matchup should be good for us. Get bodied. Oh good. Oh good, I'm so lucky. It's nice to be lucky. I enjoy being lucky. Do the rest of you enjoy being lucky, chat? I enjoy being lucky. No, it's really not, Ossuary. It's good with, there's one card that's exactly good at punishing. Oh, look at that. Found use from a Flame Barrage. If they don't have removal for this, they're going to get run over. Your interaction is irrelevant here, opponent. Please come back later. Don't make my hero fall. Don't make my hero fall. Don't make my tilt. That's fine. We're supposed to go for it there. I think I just want to start building these up. Maybe I'm supposed to go to 3 here. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to make a 3rd there. Yeah, I was probably supposed to make a 3rd there. I kind of wanted to play around Massacre. Be a little soft to a Massacre here. Have to go wide with this. If I'd have made a 3rd candle the previous turn, I'd have had 2 5/5s here, and then we would have been able to play around a Massacre. Matter. Sure. Oh, this plays around Massacre, so let's do it. Do we have them dead through a Massacre? We do, right? Because if they Massacre, these go to 1/1, and this puts them to 2/2s. It's casual 8 damage. Dead. Yep, sweet. So we had 2 worst case scenarios happen, and then we still killed our opponent. Yep. Mill. The mill deck is pretty embarrassing. The mill deck is like an okay metagame deck. Like, it's fine against the other control decks, but like, it's pretty embarrassing against the aggressive decks. I'm coming for you, Bobby. I'm ranked 7. Sliding on up the ladder here. I mean, what really has a good Candles matchup? The blood-based control decks are decent against Candles, and Sapphire Diamond control is good against Candles. Yeah, so when people say rock, paper, scissors formats, in general, minds go to like extremes, like rock, paper, scissors, like matchups are like 30% and 70%, etc. What good formats are, like this one, there's decks that are favorites against other decks, but there's still play in the matchups. It's not like you're playing Tron against Jund where you're just like winning 80% of the time. Hey, what's going on, Bob? Yeah, this hand's okay, right? Opponent's playing Shoku, so probably something aggressive, so Flame Barrage is probably fine. Get Wax Sacrament for a candle on 1. Scion is GD. Look, just be happy you didn't realize that while you were streaming when you played the second one, okay? That's definitely, I've definitely had multiple oops, the Scion's unique. Hey, Sherman, with the brand new $4.99 a month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. Subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here. I really do appreciate it. It doesn't have a name. Look, why would Lyvaanth have more than one Scion? You think he just like slums around with all the Scions that are out there? He's a one Scion kind of dragon. It's very presumptuous of you, CVM. So I'm gonna burn this Flame Barrage on this Dreadling because this Puck Stadium would give them a resource from it, and like I kind of just want to like use one of my cards in a resource this turn. So something to keep in mind is that because I added 2 Flamelicks to the deck, there are double Ruby cards in my deck now. So if you have the decision, get the second Ruby. Might Singer, sure. Our next turn is going to be really good. You're catching us towards the end, Looney Bob. We're going for about another hour. Jake gets home from the bus in about an hour. And then I'll be back this afternoon after I feed the kids lunch and put Declan down for his nap with some Magic Online. So again, anytime you ready with Scion, you just run away with the game so hard. It's just kind of unreal how quickly she just like takes the game and like runs away with it. Now like I have this Wrath of the Elements, so like, do I want to void their thing? No, I think I want one more candle anyway, so we're gonna void whatever they play this turn probably, and then Choir next turn. Yeah, sure. And this game was a good example of like why I really like this deck as an aggressive deck, because getting to play 4 Wrath of the Elements and 4 Flame Barrage are just like so efficient in terms of what they do in terms of removal. So like it's just really powerful. And like this hits anything. It's any card. Any card. Pick target card. Get rid of it. No blocks. Stake 1. How dead are you, opponent? Pretty dead. Oh no, not a 2/2. Oh no, not a 2/2. Shard? Scion. Alright. Boop. Boop. These are my candles. My candles are amazing. Sing. Sing a song. Do 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 do. Blinding Ire. Probably good against the mono wild deck. Void target wild card. Yep. And a couple Cinders on the draw. These Flamelicks and these Luminknights. Seems fine. Maybe I want all the Cinders on the draw. So like, again, this deck like pivots into like a control deck a lot of the time. Hey. Hey. Oh, Yellow Hat. I missed it because it's right next to the sub with the host. Thanks for that. Folks coming over and checking out from Nassif's channel. We're hanging out playing Hex Shards of Fate this morning. Do you think the Renner decks are playable without Bride? Is there a good substitute? They're definitely Looney Bob with the insanely generous $70 donation. Where's my dashboard? I need to get the message back on the screen. Let's read it aloud here. I know we were doing Hex, but I'd love to see some Legacy, even though we're approaching the end of the stream. Maverick list incoming. I will play some Maverick this afternoon, Looney Bob. 10 out of 10 Maverick this afternoon. I appreciate the donation. Feel free to DM me on Twitch or Twitter or here, Discord, one of the few. Seems fine, right? Needs another resource. We got a couple different ways to get a resource. He's handing on dads. Fair deck. It's good though. Fair decks are good for the afternoon slot because fair decks usually take like 2 hours to play a league. And the afternoon slot's exactly 2 hours. Okay, Acolyte. So this is a 0/3. Gives them an extra resource and summons the Dreadling. Bob's gonna put Declan through college. Bob's gonna put Declan through college. He's a good guy. And again, we have Scion on 3. Like, their deck's very removal light. If they don't have an answer to Scion, we'll get to run away with the game pretty quickly. Backup Scion, perfect. So, one of the things I would say, someone's asking about Renner without Bride of the Damned. I think if you don't have access to Bride of the Damned, even for budget reasons, you're probably better off playing Blood Diamond than Mono Blood, because the big payoff for being Mono Blood is Bride of the Damned. So, like, you're giving up some of the powerful cards that Diamond has access to in order to gain Bride of the Damned. Oh, that's really good. So Jack, that's actually insane. So this lets them make one of their troops. So I could have prevented this by chump blocking here. That's something I need to be aware of. So this makes 2 troops battle. I need a piece of removal ASAP. I'm so good at this. Just a goddamn professional. Looney Bob with the $15 donation. Please, fair decks ban Deathrite. It's so real when you're real opinion on beauty's crazy article Legacy versus Modern posted. Yeah, it's I agree with most of what he said. It's yeah. Do I want to play the Acolyte here? Yeah, I probably do. It means I don't get a Scion trigger off of it, but I think I want to just get more candles and to play faster. Need help with the puzzle? You know how this puzzle works, dude. This piece goes right. Piece goes here. Here. You try the rest. Try the rest. You're smart. One thing we do need to keep in mind is that our opponent can Eternal Seeker us next turn. Eight's about a point where I'm willing to chump block. Wow, another Heckler. This card's really good. Definitely makes me happy. I have Return to Cinders in my deck right now. Probably just dead here. Just when you think you're out, they pull you right back in, let me tell you what. And by that I mean we're like 100% getting Eternal Seeker next turn and then we'll concede, but if we don't get Seekered, we're gonna kill them next turn. Yeah, there's no Croc incoming. No Seeker? No Seeker? Her soundbite is yeah, it's something. That's not a Heckler. That's not a Heckler. It's not an Eternal Seeker either. Oh baby. Oh baby, are we gonna get some large candles here? Feels like we're gonna get some large candles, ladies and gentlemen. That's a card that gets rid of this this Pathfinder here. Wings of Wax, yep. Is that lethal? Not yet, right? So I'm gonna smash with these, and one of the reasons to smash with these is if my opponent chump blocks with these blight bushes, they will get 1 cost things out of it, which means if they rip Eternal Seeker, they'll lose their chump blockers. I couldn't play the choir. Oh, you're right. I did miss lethal because this was an extra illuminate, right? I didn't count that Scion was going to be an illuminate for choir. Yeah, so I missed lethal. God bless this No Justice stream. God bless this No Justice stream. Yep, I forgot. I was like, oh, I can only make choir a 1 cost, but choir would have been 0 when I played the wings. I would have illuminated twice because Scion illuminates when you play a card. That's why she's good. Didn't need to kill Neo. Yep. Look, I killed Neo to prove a point, okay? I'm having none of his shit here. if you're someone that's new to Hex and you're thinking about picking this game up, this Candles deck is a great like introductory level deck. It's also a deck that has a great budget configuration too. You can build the budget version of this deck for like less than $15 and then slowly build into the more expensive cards. So there's 2 cards in this deck that are pricey. They're like chase staples, the Scion of Lyvaanth and the Shard resource, the Wax Sacrament. I think Scions are about $7 each and Wax Sacrament's like $8 each. Those push the cost of the non-budget version. Hey, what's going on, King Fetty? Yeah, we got another hour or so here of Hex. Then we'll be back later this afternoon with some Magical Legacy. Should I finish it with Candles or the Sockets deck? I feel like they're both pretty similar in power level, but if your goal is speed, I feel like the Candles deck has more consistent, like, busted draws. Yeah, I feel like if the goal is like pushing the pedal to the floor and getting to Cosmic as quick as possible, Candles is like 10 out of 10 what you want to be doing. Sounds great. I am really good at having Scion in my opener. We're not good at having Diamond in my opener, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, and someone was asking what are the Candles deck's harder matchups. A lot of these Adani Zedek decks are harder matchups. Both Diamond Sapphire Control and the Blood-based Control decks are a bit of a slog for Candles. I don't think they're unwinnable by any stretch, but I think like they're decks that can like consistently like kill your Scion so you don't get to snowball the game with her. I am such a goddamn professional. Just the most professional Hex TCG player there ever was. I'm just gonna put a non-resource on top of my deck. We'll draw resources at some point. Like get all the action in here. Do you have Yeti get-ins? I'm trying 4 Candlelights right now. Yeti get-in was a little bit worse than Candlelight in a lot of our testing. How do you play Hex? Hex is a fully digital TCG. You can just search for it on Steam or go to hextcg.com and download the client there. It's completely free to play if you want it to be. They have a pretty reasonable tutorial when you first log in, but if you have like a Magic or TCG background, a lot of the game mechanics are going to feel comfortable to you. Looks like Blood Diamond. Oh no, they get to take my Choir. That's sad. I can take a non-resource out of my hands here, take my Choir. So guaranteed a non-shard here thanks to our Fate Weave last turn. Wings of Wax. Wings of Wax is kind of medium in this matchup. We probably don't need Flight. Play this Acolyte out, using my resources efficiently here. Is it free to play or Hearthstone free to play? I don't free to play any card games. I just buy the cards I care about because I find grinding tedious and I'm an adult with a job, so I just like buy what I want to play with. I'm told from people that free to play that it's more free to play friendly than Hearthstone, but I don't actually have firsthand experience to tell you if that's true or not. Genuinely have no idea. If I want to play a deck, I buy the cards to play the deck. That's true of Magic. That's true of Hex. It's true of everything. Love to sacrifice the troop I control instead of letting you draw a card. Hex does, if you do put money into Hex, Hex has a full buy, sell, trade secondary market, which means you can actually just buy the cards you actually care about playing. So you don't have to like buy booster packs and grind crap down and all this other stuff. It also means that like if you buy cards and decide 1, you don't want to play Hex anymore, or 2, you want to change decks, you can sell those cards and then buy other cards with them instead of taking this 25% grind return rate. No joke, I played a couple hours of Hearthstone Limited way back in the day, and then I was like, all right, let's try Constructed, because Constructed's what I love playing. How do I buy a deck? Oh, I can't? All right, never mind. So I'm going to play my Scion here, and then we drew a 3rd Scion. So that means if my opponent has a Hero Fall, we are going to be very, very sad. Because Hero Fall not only kills this Scion, but it takes all of these other Scions out of my hand. So don't make my hero tumble, opponent. Be the help I need. All right, that's not a Hero Fall. God bless. Your troops can get 1/1. I'm supposed to grind every game I play. Hey, Flamelick's not a bad draw. We'll kill this Phantom, and then Scion illuminates, and then Flamelick kills the Phantom, and then it illuminates. I usually like to get about 3 candles before I start building them up in this matchup. Like, 3 candles usually sets you up to, like, outpace a massacre, but also, like, play around spot removal by being a little bit wide. Our opponent is playing Blood Diamond, so there's a good chance that they have, if they pass with 5 up, we're not attacking with all of our troops, for instance. Vomit. This is a very powerful card against us. 5/5 for 5 steadfast. When it comes into play, void every troop with defense 3 or less, which happens to be all of my troops. Do you mean Lumagoth, the 6-drop? I actually have 1 Lumagoth on my board that's going to come into this matchup. Alright, let's play another Scion out here. We're at a good healthy 23, so like, not the end of the world. Oh god, oh god, mercy, mercy. We're at 23, right? That's gonna change very quickly. Oh, the dragon, Lyvaanth. Yeah, the dragon's okay. I think I like Lumagoth a little bit better. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out like what the correct, I think Candlelight is the best like big top end we can play in this deck. All right, so what am I doing here? What am I doing? I think it's just Scion and pass again. And I'm gonna play this and put a shard on top of my deck. We play Magic in the afternoon on Fridays. Friday morning is all Hex all morning. There's a link to my schedule down below the stream. If you're on mobile, you can get to the information section to find that. Probably. Stop it, I'm dead. Stop it. He's dead, opponent. She's all gone. It's all been voided. Have mercy. All right. Just sorry. I just had to like clean the vomit up here for really quick. Just bring in these 6s. Candlelights and Lumagoths come in. I think the Wings of Wax and these Flame Barrages come out. Let's do it. Our candles were doing so well. Our candles were doing so well. Fortunately, this one-shard hand does not have guidance or ice or anything like that. This hand's great. So post-board, one of the things you want to make sure you're doing with this deck in these grindier matchups is you want to be fate weaving aggressively and looking for resources aggressively, because we want to get to 6 to like start slamming our Candlelights and our Lumagoths. You want to pick? What do you want to pick? You want masks? You want masks? You want goes? You want bus? Okay, go pick it. Go point at the one you want then. I always love when people are like, we just need days in Force and Modern. It's great. It's like, no, we just need Modern to slow down. You can just like have your format be interactive by like forcing it to be a touch slower. It's fine. You think Barrage is better than the Void thing? Days would have to be like super awkward in Hex, right? It'd have to be like you lose a permanent resource, generate a Sapphire Shard for your hand. So here's the thing. BBD has been playing Grixis Death Shadow in Modern. And if you enjoy playing Grixis Death Shadow in Modern, Modern's probably a great format. Because Grixis Death Shadow in what? Weird. Okay. If you enjoy playing Grixis Death Shadow in Modern, you make your guys get bigger. Grixis Death Shadow is the Grixis Delver of Modern. It's of Modern. It's so much better than everything else that like you're fine with the format because guess what? Your cards are just better than your opponents, right? So like, why do I need? Why wouldn't I think it's great? Like I'm winning all the time because the format feels smart and thin. Oh, I should have just passed with Wax on up. I don't know why I thought I was going to be able to hold up Wax on here. I wasn't counting while I was ranting. But yeah, basically like enjoying a format in Magic basically means you have a deck that you enjoy playing. And like in Modern, people like winning even less than they do in Legacy. So like Modern's fun for him because he gets to play a deck that's so much better than all the decks everyone else plays. Whereas in Legacy, people recognize that Deathrite Shaman is a messed up card, and they're all playing it because of that. Have a Daybreak. Have a Daybreak. One of the other reasons I think Candlelight is really fantastic in a deck like this is you'll notice our opponent's getting kind of low here. This Candlelight, it just blasts them for 6, right? Gonna make these 4/4s and try and push lethal. They have spot removal, they don't die, but if we had a shard, they die. They're dead like 3 different ways now. For starters, they're just dead to these being 5/5s. Candlelight does 6 damage to an opposing champion or troop, and then it modifies every action we have in all zones to gain Illuminate 1. Oh, okay. Huntmaster is a card that lets them survive a turn here. Okay. So this prevents all damage that's going to be dealt this turn. Interesting. They could like From the Ashes us now. They're actually still, or they're not quite dead to From the Ashes, right? No, I don't really want to play the Avatar because this is the From the Ashes turn. Yeah, this attack means they're sweeping the board. Yep. They get one of our candles into play here. I'm just gonna blast them. Lumagoth's a 4/4 that illuminates 4, and he gives your candle speed and crush. So this puts them to 3. They have another From the Ashes. We could be in trouble here because these Daybreaks are gonna let them stabilize. Hopefully we're smart and thin and just draw another Candlelight. He's gone. Singleton Lumagoth is gone. Have a Phantom. So this is fine, right? This turns my candles into 5/5s. This is +1. Oh, this alone turns them into 5/5s. This is going to turn them all into 6/6s. This illuminates 3 and then it illuminates 1. That's unfortunate. They have to chump block both of these. So got to dodge another sweeper here. And then unfortunately they're going up to 7. Maybe I shouldn't have given them the second daybreak. That might have been a mistake. Another sweeper. Ugh. We're so close. That Huntmaster was so good. Oh geez, they get to take our Lumagoth. Alright, yeah, we're dead. Let's close out a couple games with the Aristocrats deck.